So what's it called when you pick up a pair of pants, right? And you hold them up and you're like, oh, gonna be way too big. And then you put them on and you can barely get them buttoned. Is that just called delusionalism? Am I being delusional? Should go Google. Google's my best friend. Hey mamas, my name is Janine. I'm a business owner and a content creator. A mommy of two. I just had my second baby. And for those who are wondering, she is my last. Don't ask, my last. So, this video, as you can tell by the title, is why you aren't seeing the scale move. This channel is dedicated to mamas who need that extra motivation to not only get dressed and look cute, but to also take care of themselves. This is a portion of my channel that is very important to me because I'm very big on health is wealth. I'm very big on wellness. You are what you eat, moving your body, moving your feet, always staying in motion, because we want to be our healthiest version for our kids, right? So, as you saw, we're going to talk about why the scale isn't moving. I have 4 steps that will help you on your journey to see that scale move. Literally in 2 weeks. I'm telling you, you do these 4 things in 2 weeks and I promise you, you will see that scale move. Okay? Okay. Let's get into it. So the first 2, super easy. And I promise you, you're going to want to stick around for the last 2. The last 2 are my bonus hacks. So let's be real. We're on YouTube. It's accessible to everyone. You can type in a few words and a lot of information will come up. As for myself, as someone who just had their second child, if you've watched, I will be honest with you, my first child, I didn't snap back. I've been an athlete all of my life. I've worked out majority of my adulthood and my body did not snap back. First of all, excuse the lighting. The sun is going in and out of behind the clouds. Like, it's absolutely nuts. I really thought this was going to be a good spot in my house today because downstairs is freezing cold and the lighting wasn't that great. So I apologize for the lighting, but you're not here for the lighting. You're here for these 4 tips that are going to get you on the journey of seeing your weight move, okay? So I will always say this too. Don't get so stuck on the scale. The scale can cause a little bit of obsession and we don't want to get obsessed with not seeing what we want to see. Always remember that muscle weighs a lot more and is a lot more dense than fat, okay? So if you are adhering to any of these tips that I give you, I don't want you to be discouraged, okay? Okay, mamas, because our bodies are going to change constantly. And when we put our bodies in motion and you do these 4 tips, you're going to see a very big change in the way that you look. So, like I said, the first 2, super simple. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Tip number 1, we have to monitor what we're eating, ladies. I know it is hard. Those cravings are probably still there after we've had, like those cravings are probably still there from when we had the baby and we want all the good stuff. We're home, we want to be comfortable, but you have to clean up your diet. You must. Do you have to clean it up and be super strict with yourself? No, you don't. You're not entering a bodybuilding competition. So don't go cold turkey on the things that you love and enjoy. That is not necessary. But I would cut back on a lot of the sugary drinks, the juices, the sodas. That always helps me tremendously when I stick to water, tea, and coffee. Along with that, I would stay away from fried foods. What really helps me on my journey is not necessarily saying, I can't have this, I can't have that, I can't do this, I can't do that. I just make a small little list of rules for myself. So one of those lists of rules is I've done that actually for years. I don't know when the last time I had a sugary soda. Nonetheless, let's omit that from our diet. There's lots of sparkling waters out there, flavored waters out there to enjoy. You just have to get used to it. The next thing I do is I stay out of the drive-thru. If you can drive around the building, order, and then go to the next window, don't go. Okay, those foods are highly processed and they are full of the bad oils, and we want to stay away from the bad oils. Cook your meals. Cook your meals. Cook them with healthier oils, and you get a chance to see what goes into your food. If you want, and the reason I say this is because I'm not saying do not have a hamburger. I'm saying do not have a hamburger that you didn't make. You got that? So eat your hamburger at home. Dress it up with the pickles, the onions, the ketchup like you want to, but do not eat it from a fast food restaurant. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't have some of your favorite meals. What I'm saying is do your best to cook them, and you will see a big change in your diet. All right. So tip number 1 was nutrition. Are we ready? Oh, and I want to do a quick disclaimer. Mamas, you are in a different world. You are in a different realm. And I am not talking to you. Breastfeeding requires a little bit more, and I would talk to your doctor first before you do anything in this video. Talk to your doctor first, okay? And then I also want to add to the nutrition. You need the caffeine to stay awake, to keep up with our kids. Try your best to use an alternative to cane sugar or sugar. I enjoy organic stevia in my coffee. It did take me a while to get used to the difference in flavor, but I think I got it down now. I am saying monitor how many times you eat them in a day. I would contain my sweets for a designated time. For example, if you like sweets after you eat, have that cookie after dinner, but do not have cookies throughout the day. Do you get what I'm saying? I would time myself on when I deserve or give myself a sweet treat. And like I said, it's liquid, so I wouldn't do the decadent coffees. I wouldn't do things where we can slide in sugar and we don't realize that it is detrimental to our diet. Be careful with your sweets. Remember, we are not trying to hurt ourselves. We're only trying to help ourselves, okay? I don't want anybody going cold turkey and then they're binging after 2 weeks of doing this and they're right back where they started, okay? This is to ease ourselves into a diet and a lifestyle that we can stick to, okay? Tip number 2, it's so obvious, y'all. It's so obvious. We got to get moving. There are so many videos out there on you can walk your way to your success, you can treadmill, you can do this, you can do that. And they all work. They do work. I will say this, if you are not used to the gym, if you're not even comfortable with going to the gym, we are not made to be sedentary. We are made to constantly be in movement. So, okay, so you're not going to the gym and lifting all of these weights. Cool, maybe that's not going to work for you, but for 2 weeks, whether that's a step counter, whether you have a walking pad at your desk, whether you're playing with your kids, going up and down the stairs, whether you're doing workout videos, taking classes, all the way up to lifting weights and incorporating some cardio. Listen to me, from what I have learned from personal trainers, okay, is that when we first start working out, we're exerting carbs, not fat. I would like for you to move your body somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour. Yes, I said it. 45 minutes to an hour in at least one time block. And I say that because in the beginning, and that time is what we want. We want our bodies to exert ourselves of those carbs, which is really just energy. It's basically saying the energy to power through your workout. It's when we get exhausted, right? It's when we are exhausted is when the fat burning begins. You'll know it when you feel it, when you're like, whew, I feel like some people even say, I feel like I'm going to throw up. I'm lightheaded. That's exhaustion. There you go. And you're going to give it just a little bit more time. If you feel like you're going to faint, please stop. If you feel like you're going to throw up, please stop. Do not come on here and said, Janine said, try to kill yourselves. Keep going until you drop. I did not say that. If you're feeling faint, take a break. Make sure you are well hydrated. This goes back to tip number 1. If you are drinking your water and doing the things that you're supposed to do and eating well, you should be hydrated for the second part, which is movement. I don't want to say exercise just yet. I want to say movement. I incorporate everything from going on walks to working outside. I love working out outside. It's actually really fun. And I also lift weights in the gym. I love my cycling classes. I love, love, love my cycling classes, and I do them after I lift weights. So after I'm already exhausted from lifting weights, I use my carb storage to lift my weights for my energy, right? So that I have energy to power through. Listen, that's just what I've learned. I'm admitting I am not a professional, but I have seen real results pushing past my limit, what I think is my limit, and seeing major results in burning fat. So that is tip number 2. The most obvious is nutrition and your diet. They go hand in hand. And after we have children, our hormones and our bodies change, and it is not as easy to see results with minimal effort. So we're going to give it the most effort we got, ladies. Okay? Okay. So if you've made it this far in the video, welcome. Hi, hi, hi. These are my 2 I just want to know. Y'all ready? Number 3 is fasting. I know the minute you hear fasting, it's like, oh my God, here we go. Here's another person. Listen, listen, listen. I have learned the art of fasting from probably my late 20s and all throughout my 30s. I am 40 years old, and I can tell you from someone who has done everything from the 8-16 rule. I've done a 48-hour fast. I've done the 72-hour fast. I've done them all. Listen to me. Fasting does work, but I'm not, before you click off, wait. I am not asking you to fast for 16 hours, okay? We have to have the energy to get through our workouts. We have to have the energy for our children, and we have to take care of ourselves, ladies. So I am not saying fast for some crazy amount of time and only leave yourself these small windows to eat, because I do want you to eat, and I want you to eat healthy, okay? So I have been really into this circadian rhythm fasting, right? Which when the sun is gone down, you no longer eat. When the sun comes up, you can eat. That tends to be around a 12-hour mark. So I would say, if you are listening, if you're still here with your girl, here's a special tip. Thank me later. Don't say I didn't give you nothing, okay? Don't say I ain't never gave you nothing. Do your best to not eat late. I don't want to hear, well, the last meal I had was at 10:30, so I eat again at 10:30. Do not do that. Try to make your last meal while the sun is still setting. So in some areas, that's going to be 5 o'clock. In some areas, that's going to be 7 o'clock. I don't know where you are in this world, but listen to me. As the sun is setting, let that be your last meal, and that will also be your indicator. So if you stop eating at 6 p.m., the next morning you can start ingesting food at 6 a.m. I do not want you to stop eating at midnight and then wait till noon to eat. That can tend not to be good for your hormones in your body as we are getting back from birthing our children, okay? So I want you to wake up, and you will wake up hungry, and I want you to eat a protein-rich meal, healthy fats, good lean protein, something delicious to eat, but do not wait to eat. You can eat at that 12-hour mark. Listen, you are already, when I tell you, when you stop eating late, when you have that dinner, and yes, that cookie or whatever that is, at a decent hour, and then you go to sleep in a fasted state, you will, in the first beginning of sleeping, once again, just like exercise, we don't realize how much calories we burn when we get sleep. I am also on team no sleep. I have a baby, so I do get up in the middle of the night with my baby. So trust me when I say I get it, okay? But I am not talking about your sleep patterns. That's for a whole nother day, a whole nother dollar, okay? I am talking about fasting. So I'm not talking about your sleep patterns. I am merely simply talking about fasting. When you do this, you will start to burn carbs, just like when you're exercising, because our body is exerting energy when we sleep. And then after so many hours, you will begin to burn fat. Another thing with your digestion is when you sleep, your body goes through a cycle. It wants to get yourself ready for the next day. Quintessentially, your body is working for you to have your best next day. And if you eat too late and you still have food in your stomach while you are sleeping, your body will will delegate all that time it needs to heal and mend you. It will just focus on digestion. It won't do the things, the cellular turnover and the fat burning that you need. It will just focus on digestion. And I'm telling you, you're going to see amazing results. You're going to see amazing results. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm telling you. All right. Bonus tip number 4. This is a toughie. Okay, we live in a society where it's go, 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 move, 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 move. There's no time to slow down. There's no time to slow down, but I'm asking you mamas to slow it down. Okay, this is why the sun is, whoo, I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Okay, but I want my girls to get this. I want my mamas to get this because we're in this. Okay, we're gonna do this together. I've already implemented this. Bonus tip number 4 is we have to reduce our stress levels. Stress, high cortisol levels are absolutely damaging to the body. Okay, it lowers your immune system and it lowers the effects of your body burning real good fats. I want to go back. Those 3 tips that I just gave you will help tremendously with your cortisol levels coming down, and it will help tremendously with your stress. But we have to actively work on our triggers that make us very stressed out. I'm trying to think of one that I can tell you. A very stressful thing for me is like morning times. Okay, so morning times is very go, 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 go. We got to get kids where they need to be. They got to have breakfast. I have to pack lunches. I have to make sure everybody's dressed. I have to make sure I brush my teeth. I have to brush their teeth. I have to do hair. We have to get them out the door, and my daughter has to be to school before the bell rings, right? So it's go, 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 go. So what I like to do when I first wake up, and this is for my nervous system because my nerves are shot by the time they leave the house and it's all bye. I'm just like, whoo. So what I like to do is wake up an extra 10 to 15 minutes before my children wake up, and I do a deep stretch. Sometimes I stay in the bed. I do a deep stretch. I mainly focus on where we hold all of our stress. Ladies, for those who don't know, majority of our stress is held in our backs, upper backs, and neck. I make sure that I give myself a deep stretch. Make sure I rotate very well and focus on my neck muscles and larger group muscles like my back and my legs. And I do a deep stretch. And I do this with no light, no noise, no nothing, in silence, to slowly wake my body up, to drop my cortisol levels so that I can prepare for what is crazy 101 to get out of the house. That is just something really small that I do to manage my stress, and it kind of goes with me throughout the day. But there are other ways to reduce your stress. Like, one of my favorite things, as we talked about, like step 1, is going for a walk. Walking out in nature. Don't turn on a podcast. Don't turn on any music. Listen to the birds. Feel the wind. Feel the sun on your face. That reduces your cortisol levels like you would not believe. Sometimes sunrise is the best. Sometimes sunset is the best. You have to do what works for your schedule. Like I said, waking up in the morning slowly, ice rolling in the morning can reduce your stress. There are a lot of ways that we can slow down and take 10 to 15 minutes throughout our day to reduce our stress. Okay, so if you guys hear a fan on right now, my computer overheated. We don't want it being crazy. My computer. My camera overheated. Unfortunately, like I told you, I'm sitting in this very hot window. It's cold and I'm boiling right now. So I'm so sorry if you can hear the fan. I'm going to talk a little louder, project my voice. We were just talking about my bonus tip number 4 that I am telling you right now. You do have to work. You do have to find out what works for you. It can be getting a massage. It can be a hot bath. It can be meditation, going for walks, gardening, reading a book. I can tell you a few things that will not help you is too much screen time, comparing yourselves and your bodies to other people, which once again attributes to screen time. Staying shut up in the house, not getting fresh air, constantly putting yourself on these constraints that this has to be done, because then all it does is it goes upstairs and it lives rent free up there when you should just be taking a breather. So this is a space where mamas, we slow down. We slow down, we smell the roses, and we do our best to not let life stress us out, okay? When you work on your diet, when you move your body, and then really importantly, when you give your body a chance to go through a life cycle and reset while you are sleeping, I'm telling you, your body will do something magical. And you'll begin to lose that weight, that stubborn fat that you have been trying to lose for quite some time. So I don't care if I'm talking to a mother who is, their baby's 5 months old, or if their baby's 16. It's still your baby. You can do these 4 steps and you can start right away. You will see a difference in how you feel, and you will see a difference in how your clothes fit. And I'm telling you, it is such a good feeling. It is such a good feeling. So if you made it to the end of this video, I'm going to give you one more bonus tip. Do not slap me through this screen, okay? If you me through the screen, just know that you slapped your bestie that was really looking out for you. You have to omit this one thing out of your diet. And unfortunately, it has to be cold turkey. Alcohol. You gotta let alcohol go. When you put down that glass of wine, that spicy margarita with passion fruit and a tahini rim, just saying it for a friend, not for me. When you put it down, you will start to see your body change. Alcohol can cause a lot of inflammation. It can disrupt your sleep and actually cause you to be more stressed out the very next day. So when I told you these steps about getting your rest, when I told you these steps about fasting and all of those things, alcohol negatively affects those 4 steps. So this is just a bonus. We won't even call it step 5. For those who do not know, alcohol is not your friend on your weight loss journey. When you hit your goals, you are free to go back to that cocktail every once in a while or that glass of wine every once in a while. But if you have not met your weight loss goals, put it down, sis. Put it down, sis. Put the drinks down. And trust me, you're coming from somebody who, if there's any special events, a birthday party, a date night, like spicy margarita, passion fruit with a tahini rim. Hello. But while I'm on this weight loss journey, while I am focusing on reducing my stress and getting my body moving, I have omitted alcohol. That is it. To some people, it may not feel simple, but I promise you, when you get into the groove of doing these 4 tips, which I will also put down below, go back to the comments and let me know how you feel, if you've lost any weight, how you look. I would love an update. Like, I would love an update.